The George the Tech Performer Friendly podcast is brought to you by Full Compass and FullCompass.com. We know VO. And
GTT.
Not sure if your audio sounds professional? A sound check by George the Tech removes all doubts and explains the next steps. Audiobooks, podcasts, or voiceovers. For content creators, we do it all. New customers get 20% off with coupon code XPTO.
George the Tech.
People that are starting out in the industry only know self-tapes. They only know, I am in my little house and I'm in my little closet and I did a self-tape and it's awesome. I'm going to send it in. The first time, sometimes, that they're getting direction, other than maybe a little bit of coaching or a workshop they've done, the first time they're getting actual direction is when they book a session. How terrifying is that, to walk in and not understand the lingo? It's so difficult for actors starting now. So that for that reason, I want to keep the Zoom auditions going to help educate people that are coming into it.
George the Tech.
Hey everybody, it's George the Tech back for another performer-friendly podcast. And we've had a roll going lately of role models in our voiceover industry, the folks that really are the people want to learn from, because these are the folks who understand what is being heard and booked in the voiceover world. Casting directors, coaches, and folks who really know. And I've got a great one today with us, Kim Hurdon. She's also an award-winning casting director and the founder of KH Casting. And Kim has cast voice talent for a wide range of video games, animation, interactive projects, working with top studios and helping shape the voices behind some seriously recognizable characters. Hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about who some of those might be. She's known for having a very sharp ear, not just for great performances, but for actually what works in real world auditions, which is exactly why I wanted to have her on today. Welcome, Kim. How are you? Hello,
I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You and your comforting voice. I love it.
I'm very happy to have you. I'm going to just geek out because we're on video. We're looking at each other, but it's an audio medium. What are you wearing? I mean, not your clothing. What headphones do you have on?
Oh my God, why are you asking that? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. So they're Technica
like
something. They are.
Wait, are those Audio Technica gamer headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, those are nice.
Thanks.
Turn sideways. I want to see what they look like. Ah, those are really nice headphones. I know what those.
Dude.
I know the audio version, not the gamer version, but I know what those are based on, and they are awesome headphones.
Dude, I love them. And that's what I was saying. It started in COVID because I hate talking about COVID a million times.
Right.
But that's we started to have to direct and cast and do everything in our houses. So yeah. So I don't remember who recommended them, but then we just
obviously
I went,
audio
oh my God.
geek.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, these are awesome.
Well,
so
they're comfortable,
I got
right?
them for everybody. So comfortable.
You can wear them for hours at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
And they're not very heavy, right? They're kind of light.
No, not at all.
And I think those are open back, meaning that when they're on, it doesn't feel like you're isolated from the world around you.
That's it. Yeah.
Which is, I think,
hear my voice in the room.
Awesome for listening and casual listening's not the word. It's great for listening in a comfortable, long listening sessions, but audio narrators and voice actors tend to have to lean into the closed back headphones so that their headphones don't bleed into the microphone.
Oh, right.
So, while I love your headphones, those wouldn't be the ones I would recommend to an actor. They tend to lean into the closed headphones, the ones that have a hard back on them. Audio Technica makes those as well. In fact, some of my favorite headphones are Audio Technica. But the fact that these also have a good sounding microphone is a huge bonus. It actually sounds really good.
Thank you.
And that's not a given either, because, even the best brands, sometimes they'll put all the money into the headphone, but then the mic is just, it's okay. But this one sounds really good. Sorry, I'm going way off on a tangent, but, I get distracted easily, and I saw a cool headphone. I didn't know what it was, so I had to know.
You knew.
Well, we'll get right into something that, might hook people in a little bit. And what I would say would be, what's one thing voice actors think helps them book the gig, but actually really kind of hurts their chances at getting cast?
Oh, that's a good one. And I probably have a lot of them. The first one that comes to mind is editing. They edit the crap out of themselves. And if it's, let's say, an animation audition, it's just edited way too closely. So there's no breathing room in between.
Right.
And when I listen, now, again, casting people are all going to be different. We all have our own rules, but
I know. That's why I'm talking to a lot of you folks, because I'm here to learn as much as my audience is. I'm here to learn as well.
But that's it, George. So you've probably, because you've interviewed so many people, you've probably realized, oh, that's not what the last person said. They said the opposite. That's weird. So tracking who likes what, if you're a VOA out there, helps you, because then you know what I like and what Tina Marasco, whatever it is. Yeah. So
is there something that immediately turns you off? It's tight editing.
It's that super tight editing. I need to know that the character is having a conversation with someone. So I like just a little pause in between so that I know what's happening in the scene rather than stringing the whole thing together. And I want to know that it's a human.
Yes.
So in this world of, AI breathing down our necks, I want to hear the breaths. I want to hear the human. I want to hear the life. Yeah. So don't suck that stuff out of there, people.
I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of editing, but what are things that people can do if they need to do an edit, but make sure they keep, the space? Do you have any pointers on that for them, or just re-record it and give it more space?
Yeah. Or just leave, as I said, the breaths in there.
Yeah.
People love to just edit those off because it makes them, I don't know. I think they think it makes them sound unprofessional, or I don't know what it is.
I think, I have a total theory, and I think it's from watching gobs and gobs of YouTube. Because YouTube is, everything is about the crash edit or the jump cut or whatever you want to call it, where everything's edited really tight. And I think that's leaking into people's brains, thinking, well, that's what they want to hear because that's what I'm listening to every day, where that medium is all about brevity, getting someone's attention, keeping it for 10 minutes, and then, hoping the listener or the viewer stays for 10 to 20 minutes before they bail. That's a totally different animal, right? Totally different.
Totally. And even if it's a commercial, I still want to hear the breathing and the breaths and the space and the hiccup and I do. But I hear you. You're right. That's probably is why people have started to do that.
Is commercial and animation inherently different? I mean, we know there's a performance aspect that's very different, but is the deliverable inherently different? Like, you still want to have space, you want to have breaths, you want it to sound natural. Is there anything that they should do differently between them?
So not talking about performance, talking about technically
maybe
how
on a technical side,
them? I don't know. I think you're right. There is no difference for me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just don't distract the listener with a bunch of bells and whistles and editing.
Oh my God.
And and overprocessing that.
I've had people lay up music to their self-tape. I'm like, oh no, don't do that.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that's so true. Well, now that we got people hooked in, hopefully, and they're sitting, they're enraptured. I want to know a little bit more about you, of course. So,
sure.
Your background is in which side of the glass did you start on? Did you start in behind the scenes or on the acting side?
Behind
the scenes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never been an actor. Mm-hmm. Singer, yes.
Oh, nice.
But not an actor. So I really come at casting and directing from that angle rather than performance. And
well, you said singer, different. So that immediately brought me back to you have an ear.
I do.
You have an ear.
Yeah, absolutely. So I at least have that. But performance-wise, when I direct, it's certainly not from an acting perspective. So it's not sort of, let's think, I can go there.
Right, if you need to.
But with commercial, I find it's far more technical. Even the ask and the want in that genre is far more technical than it is with animation or gaming. So that's kind of the way I direct it too. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So when I started out, I was on the other side. I was a receptionist at a music house way back in the day.
What city?
Way back in Toronto.
In Toronto, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I didn't really even know the world existed, beyond, I'm hearing voices on my television.
Yeah.
And the woman that was running the casting portion of that company left, and she said, "Oh, I think Kim might be good at this," on the way out the door. And I thought, what? Why? No, what? Help. So that's when I started. Yeah. And just learned from people there. Yeah.
So, what they say is luck favors the prepared.
Oh, yes.
But you were, you'd been in the right place and you were there at the right time and you rose to the challenge.
Yeah.
Was there any real trial by fire element to that? Like, did you ever get in the hot seat and go, oh boy, I can't blow this? Or was it a little bit less, not quite as hardcore as that?
George, I do that every day.
Oh, every damn day.
I still do it. I still go, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. Right? How did I luck into this? Wow. No, at first, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Talking to actors and try to figure out the language was the big part of it. So, what does, and realizing that, the same direction doesn't work for every person. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it is figuring out the way people think and learn and deliver. And everyone's different. Mm-hmm. And so figuring out how people think I just love it. I love that part of it.
Me too. Absolutely. Yeah. It definitely informs the way that I try to support people. I think that's one reason why I've felt so connected to actors is like the right brain, left brain thing. I'm trying to teach left brain concepts to right brain people and trying to not get them too caught up into too many of the left brain steps. As many of my colleagues do in training people in technical things and audio production. I think they think a little bit too much like the engineer and teach it that way. And so the actor ends up getting a tremendous amount of technical training. Not that it's not beneficial, but it's a lot to absorb. And they just can get, face it. Age is one issue. Just being very much right brain creative is learning all these technical skills and then making them become normal is not normal for a lot of people.
No. Oh God, no. It's awful.
Yeah.
And again, going back, I'm going to say COVID again, but that's when it really heavily started to turn.
That came to a head
actors,
then, huh?
Right? Actors all of a sudden, wait, I have to be an engineer at my house? I don't know how to do this. And it's terrifying. For a lot of people, it would have been for me. I can't imagine having to think about performance at the same time I'm thinking about, oh God, this sounds weird and help client and I'm the only one that it's just like, overwhelming, man.
Right. Well, a lot of the people listening to this will probably be going, and I've heard this said many, many times going, what do you mean? I've had a studio for 10 years. So there's a real kind of division in terms of the people that were workaday at-home voice actors working in most studios versus the folks that you're working with were more so doing what? They're primarily on camera or they primarily work on like animation and so they're always in studio all the time. Both.
You just nailed it actually. But there is a divide. So if most of the actors up here, and it's probably the same down
Still
in
in
the States.
Toronto then. Still in Toronto.
In Toronto, in Canada, they have to do a whole lot of everything.
Yes.
For acting. They're doing stage, they're doing theater, they're doing like film and TV, they're doing voice, whatever it is. And so it's a small piece of their pie. But again, when that flip happened, it was like, oh shit, now I've got to...
The pie changed.
Yes.
The slice changed.
A lot of people jumped in.
Yeah.
It did. A lot of people wanted that apple pie.
Yeah.
So they were like, I can do voice from my house. So that's where that started to flip. And that combined with, there's a big non-union world and non-union actors, voice actors, have been, as you said, doing it forever. They got it all figured out. So we noticed a big divide right away when that happened, that if it was up here, we're called ACTRA, so that's your SAG. So if it was a union job, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. We're going to have to help these people through this. But if it's non-union, they're there, they show up, they're ready to go. Here you go. Oh, yep, I'm recording. And they're just awesome.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I started working very early on with a lot of promo voice actors. So that was interesting because they were doing mostly union work, but they also had the home studios.
Yeah.
But I didn't know when I was starting in the voiceover industry 20 years ago that was not normal. I didn't realize I was working in this very small, insular little niche of a voiceover industry, that was union, and you had agents and managers, and you had a home studio, and I thought that was just how everything was done. I didn't know there was this whole all these other worlds outside of that, and I've learned over the years.
How did that develop for you then? Like, how did you start to go outside of that little bubble?
It was just referral. I wasn't marketing, right? But as things grow and people get referred in, you start realizing, oh, this person has no technical background, or oh, this person came from radio, or oh, this person came from theater, or oh, this person never is going to be directed in their entire life, and it's all self-record. It's just, I just started learning about all the niches, right? So so in your world, you're primarily spending the majority of your time. So far, we've talked about commercial, we've talked about animation. Those are the big two, it sounds like, but there's some others as well.
No, yeah, gaming is gaming may be the biggest for me right now. I would say probably, yeah.
Would you say in trend wise as well? Does that follow trend? I mean, in terms of the amount of work available out there.
Yep, it's growing. It's still growing now. I've seen lately the sort of animation, a little more unstable, and gaming is sort of following suit. I try to keep my finger on what's going on out there, but yeah, they're growing.
It's
gaming
growing.
is an awesome thing to get into. Yeah.
Now, how much of gaming voice work has to be done in a commercial studio environment versus can be done from home? And I would assume, again, the pandemic had some influence over this, but how is that going now for folks? Can people be outside of the big cities and get this work?
They can. So in my experience, the AAA stuff that I do, they would prefer the actor comes into because they have their own studios.
Jargon check. Explain what a AAA is.
A AAA video game. So a big title that you probably know.
Big household name games. Name one. What's one that you've worked on recently?
Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Star Wars I worked on last year, Avatar.
Big, huge franchise names.
Yeah, the biggies.
Yes, yeah.
So they, of course, have a huge facility. They have their own recording studios. They prefer that you come in.
Right.
So they're very, very specific. Each audio team, depending on what game they're working on, has very specific asks about their audio. Yeah. So everybody, whether they're recording in Toronto or the UK or down in LA, they're using the same mic.
Yeah.
So if the studio doesn't have them, they've got to go rent them.
How much do you know about what's going on in that world? Do you know what microphones are the primary?
You're hilarious. You're
I know. I just thought I would try.
No, honestly, it depends on the audio team. They have different preferences.
Each team has their own preferences, right? Of course.
They do.
Right.
And so the game will then obviously follow suit.
Sure.
What they've been doing lately, like when I first started, this might be 10 or 12 years ago, it was mostly all shotgun. Most of it.
Right.
Because there's a little more give, it's not you
don't have to eat the mic as much. Yeah.
Exactly. And you're not generally, when it's gaming, you're loud. You're yelling, especially if you're an NPC and you're getting killed and all bad things are happening to you.
Generally? Yeah, that's what happens to NPCs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're dying.
Yeah.
So that's the way they started. And we've had, now I'm going to try to think which, it doesn't matter. We've had, you will know the name for this.
There's been some shifts in the trends away from as much shotgun mics to a lav or a micro
See, I call
element.
it like an angler fish or whatever they're called. That's what I call it, right?
Yeah,
With a little headband on and the hanging over.
Yeah. The mic is strapped to the forehead under a sweatband or something of that nature. Right?
Exactly.
That's common?
And some of them, that's more for theater. They normally hang out just in front. So
they literally are like an anglerfish. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Fascinating.
And so you're right, though. They're using sometimes lavs. And that's so you can really move around now and the mic moves with you.
Yeah.
So It's kind of fantastic. They still have something to hold on to because a lot of people want to, hold on to the music stand, so they've built something so that the actor can hang on to it.
Oh, no way. They have a freaking grip rig that. How interesting.
I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
You want to do that, because
Right.
you've got to sort of move your body and be very physical when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But then the mic, you can look around and it's what that was like. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Because it's so hard to performing to a mic that's fixed, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, have you heard of some voice actors who work from home that have started to adopt or try these new techniques?
You know what? That's funny. You would say I haven't even thought of that.
I am.
No.
I'm thinking about it right now.
I know.
My
Me
gears
too.
are turning, as you can see.
Why aren't people doing that? Maybe some are, and I just don't know who they are.
Sure.
I don't know, but I haven't seen anyone do it yet.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
when the lockdown happened, I was working on a game and they had to send out record kits because, again, consistency to every person that was working on that game to their homes, do tests with them just to make sure that the game would get finished.
Did they make them walk do it in their closets or something?
Yep.
Yeah, they were all in their closets
Oh, yeah.
with their weird rigs.
And they finished it. They finished the game. It was kind of awesome.
Wow.
And then conversely, a B studio, so not a AAA, but a sort of a really good video game, but just not the giant
more
titles.
independent
Yeah,
titles.
yeah.
Steam Deck games.
Yes.
My brother's into Steam Deck.
Oh, awesome.
I'm absolutely on the fringe of that world. I don't know it, but Steam Deck I know about. Yeah.
Look at you. Look at you. They're open to actors recording on their own.
Okay.
So some of them, again, there was one that we started working with, and they had, this is a bit an ongoing title, and they had the actors, because, by the way, what makes that kind of awesome is you don't have to fly people in. They don't have to go to a studio, and you can record them anywhere in the world. So casting is now the world.
International casting.
Yeah, so it's awesome.
It's more spontaneous, probably, shorter notice.
It is. And when we need accents or something specific as far as ethnicity,
real
we cast
actual authentic actors
That's it.
playing. I've been hearing that, that there is not much, that authenticity in video games is everything now.
Absolutely.
It's not at all caricature or cartoonish or animation. It's a very different animal.
Yeah. And they were, I think, ahead of the curve as far as being super inclusive and writing characters that were a wheelchair user or a trans performer or whatever it is. And if they have a trans character, they're going to be trans.
Wow.
And if the game is set in Cuba, they're all going to have that accent. Like it's just, or they have to have that background. And then we'll have a dialect coach in, helping us out and making sure it's all. But yeah, they're very authentic now. I love it. It's fascinating.
Really impressive. I know when I think about audio quality for my clients, I've heard from my clients telling me that, the video game Audition is asking me to do the following: record at more than one distance from the microphone. Yeah. I need to hear quiet to very loud and all this stuff. And I started realizing, again, this is all third party because I don't get to spend time in all these cool studios. I'm virtually in thousands of actor studios versus being in these big studios. But it seems like video game audio quality is the penultimate of quality. Like they are the most picky. Things have to be just right. They want very high resolution. All those things are true, right?
Oh yeah. And I think it's because on the audio side within the company, they're they started off as engineers. And so the voice designers that I work with at Ubisoft, let's say, that's where they started. So they know all of that. They're nerdy about it in a glorious way.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're so specific. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. I mean, I think of it too from a very, very, very practical reason. Like of course, voiceover quality for commercials is very high quality as well. But video games, think about it. When you make say a word or a phrase or make a sound, that's not being heard one time in the game. That's heard thousands or millions of times in the game. Yeah. So like if there's anything wrong with that piece of audio, that person's going to hear that flaw a million times over, right? It has to be clean and consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so true.
And to your point, having people audition at home is super difficult. I've had that question too when I'm teaching gaming workshops.
Because a lot of them are in small booths, like the studio bricks behind me, or like they're being told to do certain things that they may physically not be able to even be able to do.
Yeah, and to again be authentic.
And then be authentic on top of all that.
Right?
Yeah.
Be authentic. So I don't want to hear that you're in a closet. I want you to sound like you're literally on fire running down the street, right? And so we have had this actually, again, COVID. We were auditioning a bunch of people. I think it was for one of the Far Cries. I don't remember. And so it was obviously on Zoom. And the actor came and she did her thing and she was awesome and fantastic. And okay, so we do a bunch of lines and then we do some efforts. And the last one being, okay, now you're on fire, or now I'm killing you, or you're falling off a building, or whatever it is. And I said, oh my God, that was awesome. Thank you so much. And she, okay, bye. And they booked her. And when she showed up for the session, online granted, she said, I just wanted to let you know, actually, right after that audition, my neighbors called the police because they thought that I was dying. So the police showed up.
No.
Oh, yeah. So to anyone out there, tell your neighbors if you're auditioning for a video game, or put a sign on your door or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's how we want you to sound, is that real, that a police officer is going to show up at your door. Because conversely, I've had someone audition on fire and yelled, I'm on fire. I'm like, yeah, you're not on fire because you wouldn't say that. So you're not. That's it.
Of course, my crazy brain is going, what's the furthest someone would go to convince you they're on fire? You know what I mean? They put on the suit, they slap the gel on, they're outside in the driveway. Okay, honey, light me up.
Okay, I'll book you. If you do that, you're booked.
But just don't say.
I'm kidding.
Don't say.
Don't say it.
I'm on fire.
Do not say that.
All that was wasted. You know, the third degree burns.
If they're auditioning at home, they're like, what do I do? I'm gonna go into the red. The needle's just gonna be buried. What I don't understand. I'm like, dude, you've got to play it as real as possible and just back off that mic and turn the game. Like I don't know how else to help you.
Turn the game down.
That's it. Because we want it to be real.
Yeah. And again, I'm not trying to drag you into the technical side of it too hard, because I know that's not your universe. But I've been telling folks, like, don't worry about the levels getting too low. Worry about them getting too hot. So, you know, I think anybody has a lot of training in voiceover recording. They're used to seeing the waveform look a certain way and a certain level. And I'm like, you know, when you're doing this character stuff, you're going to have humongous dynamic range.
Yeah.
40 dB or more sometimes, where you're loudest and your softest. So the soft stuff's going to be soft, but, you know, we're all using like very sensitive equipment nowadays. The microphones, the interfaces, etc., are capable of capturing that audio. So don't worry about it. You know, just make sure you're not clipping.
No, that's exactly right, because the performance is king in that in that regard, especially if it's an audition or a self-tape. Yeah. I just want to hear that you'll go there, because if I don't hear that, I'm going to be hesitant to book you, because I don't know if you actually will when we get you in studio.
Yeah, right. You have to show that
I love your advice.
You're going to step up when called upon and you're ready to go for it.
Yeah.
So how much now of what you're doing has returned to in studio, in person, etc., or has things changed forever? Or a little bit of both, I'm assuming. It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So they've definitely changed forever. But in that, as I was mentioning earlier, that we can now cast anywhere. Yeah. And there's no extra cost to the client. Now, what we did do, though, and I think I got off track, and that's probably me, because I'm...
all right, me too. No, that's where I'm at.
Okay, cool. So the B levels who will allow actors to record at their homes and don't need them to come into a studio. What we've added to that to just make it a little more consistent is a hub studio. So we always work with a hub studio.
Tell me what that means.
So that means that if I am recording somebody in the UK, they're recording a backup on their side, but their source connect to a studio wherever, it could be Toronto. It is in the one I'm talking about now. So it's a hub studio.
Yeah.
And everybody else, because again, they're all over the world too.
Right.
The writer may be in the UK. We may have someone down in LA. We may have me directing up here.
Yeah.
We're all then in that session remotely. But there's somebody, at least an engineer, who is recording them.
Thank you. That needs to happen more often.
Right? Oh my God, I know.
Yes,
George,
it does.
I know. Because it takes the pressure off the actor.
Yeah.
Again, consistency is friggin' awesome then, and we know, and because we've got a pro working on it.
There's someone's
and we've
job
got a
who's
backup running.
100% focused on the quality of the audio being recorded at all times.
Exactly.
Multitasking those tasks. Things suffer all the time if somebody's not paying attention.
And it's awful to have to perform and record. Like, it's just not what people want to worry about. Like, they just want to be, entrenched in the character and whatever they're creating, which I fully understand. We had, when we first started with one of these companies, they've been doing it for a few years, and we did a check, like a little studio check with one of the fellows that had been consistently recording with them. And the engineer, who this was a new way to record with this hub studio, was like, I don't know, it's sounding kind of odd, something off. Kind of like when I logged on with you earlier. And the guy's like, no, this is what I've always done. This is the way it is. I just always. And then the engineer very quickly realized, you're recording on your laptop mic. And he said, oh, no, I've got a mic. I'm talking. He said, nope. And he had been doing it that way for 2 or 3 years and sending those files in. So it's like, what? How those finals went into the game? Oh my God. So
it's a weird double-edged sword. On the one hand, it shows how good the mics are in some laptops now. I know the mics in a MacBook, if you put it in a booth, it sounds decent. It's not awesome, but it's usable. But that's crazy to me that any Source Connect session could be successfully delivered without using the right mic. And this leads...
But that's it, George. It wasn't Source Connect. That's my point.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Before that, they had just been like listening,
record and send.
That's it.
Yeah, right. Yes.
So there was no hub.
And
so
there's a
no
director
Source
maybe,
Connect.
but maybe the director is on something of lower quality like Zoom or something. So they're just hearing the actor. They don't care how the actor actually sounds on a quality level. Nobody's there to mind the store there. It's just the actors left to their own devices. The actor's got headphones on. They're hearing the mic that they're recording. So they're like, well, of course my mic's recording. But they didn't check the input in the DAW. And guess what? You're recording. And this is an absolutely common problem. It has got to be one of the number one problems that happen because these damn computers are complicated. And just because your Windows or Mac OS system says you're using a mic doesn't mean that the other program is using that mic. And you have to be a zealot about it. I tell people you have to treat your studio like an aircraft. And I don't know if you don't know this, but an aircraft pilot has to go through an extremely rigorous checklist, and they've looked at that checklist 1,000 times, but they go through that damn thing every time. I mean, flying a plane's life and death, but I mean, it's still like you could just avoid some serious embarrassment if you just remembered to look at what your input was in that software, And if you're not sure, we can do, nobody saw this because, well, first of all, there's no video, but nobody heard this. I had you scratch your microphone windscreen, When you do that, you immediately see your level in your recording software pretty dramatically jump, right?
Yeah.
But if you're scratching another mic, you might hear it in the recording, but it's clearly not the mic you're scratching. And if you don't know for sure, do it yourself. Scratch the mic you're talking to, then scratch the mic on your computer over here, like that, and listen. You'll immediately, oh darn, I mean, it's an old trope of like someone walking up to a stage mic, with a PA from a movie, and they tap, is this thing on? Ponk, ponk, there's feedback, whatever. No, don't do that. Just gently. That's all you got to do. Fingernail on the windscreen. That's all you got to do. But that can save you a lot of embarrassment.
That's it, because that happens a lot, as you said. When I'm in studio, because now it's, as we were talking about, it's sort of a hybrid. It's half the time I'm working at home, half the time in studio.
Okay.
People prefer in studio.
Yeah.
They do. Actors do. I do. It's a human connection that just gives it a little more life.
Totally.
Especially if it's an animated show where maybe we can get an ensemble, and then it's like, oh, awesome. This is a little bit more ad lib and improv.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned ensemble. I wanted to ask you about that. How much does an ensemble recording session get to happen in at least in the context of video game versus animation or something like that?
In animation, it used to happen a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. But then as soon as people realized, oh, we don't have to have everyone in at the same time, because look, they can record at home and they can record there, and they're not available. It's very separated now. Most of the time, people are recording separately. That's pretty common in Toronto. In Vancouver, they push the ensemble, which is awesome. So they've gone back to that. But in Toronto, it's still, most of the time, it's all singular. And video games, they almost never read with anybody else.
I would imagine.
As a matter of fact, that's happened like twice in like the 12 years I'm doing this.
Yeah.
They're always on their own.
Right.
And mostly because the PCAP that they're doing, that's all of that cinematic stuff. So that's the scene work that they're doing.
You know what that means? It's jargon time. You dropped the jargon on us, PCAP.
I did.
Tell us what that means.
Okay. It is an extension of mocap. And you probably all know what mocap is. So motion capture.
Capture. Okay.
Yep. So PCAP is performance capture. So
what's the difference?
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm dying over here.
So motion capture, mocap, is just that. Only motion. So we generally are going to have one actor do the mocap, and then another, or it could be the same actor, doesn't happen a lot, but another person's going to do the voice.
Simultaneously doing the voice.
Exactly.
The voice is one performance.
PCAP.
The motion cap is another performance, but PCAP is everything combined in one.
Yes.
Wow, that's
so it's
wild. Technically wild too. Like,
right?
To get both of those captured well. Dude. At the same time, that's impressive.
They're masters. Like in the I've not been in a lot of them because normally not there. I'm more on the voice side. But holy man, the mic setups they've got going on. Oh, you would die. It's just awesome. I mean, not only do they have cameras, there's probably, I think there's like 176 cameras or something in the room that are sort of all the way around the walls.
Yeah.
And, and then you go up another 2 feet and there's another row all the way along the wall. Yeah. And they're booming them. They're laving them.
Yeah. They're booming and laving them like they're a traditional on-camera actor, right?
That's it.
Wow. So another level of realism there. Now it sounds, not only does it look incredible, but it sounds authentic to what you would expect in a film or something.
Absolutely. So in that case, they're shooting it, as you said, like a film. So that's the cinematic scenes that you're seeing in the game. But gameplay stuff is it's mostly one line at a time. One line. And the context changes, and we're covering, the same scene, if you will.
Right.
Three different times so the player doesn't get bored.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Jeez.
So it's like, oh, no, look out, or, oh, crap, or watch out. Like, so it's that same thing, just in case the player comes back into the room or back into that same circumstance.
You need a variation and alternates doesn't get boring.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh,
but generally just one line at a time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta get myself on one of those sets I need to get to a PCAP set. Oh, you'd freak
out. It's awesome, dude.
Time to I'll send you an email later.
Okay.
Get me on a list somewhere. That sounds really amazing.
It is.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about booking psychology a little bit.
Okay.
I know performance is so much of it, but how often is it like someone just fits a role versus they're just so damn good at a performance that they get the role anyway, even if they weren't the person that fit the role? How often does that happen?
It doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Maybe on camera that's more common, perhaps?
Sometimes
it's like you have a look that's the person we're looking for. But
it could be that your voice is friggin' fantastic.
Yeah.
And it really suits the character. You're a big tough guy.
Yeah.
What they don't want, I guess we're talking about video games a lot, is they don't want someone to put on a voice for a big AAA, because hitting something, if you're holding placement in a tough spot,
you're pulling off a certain tone, but you have to now do that at every intensity, every volume.
Yes.
For
hours
2
at
hours,
a time.
4 hours at a time.
Yeah. And it's just you. So because you're not reading with anyone, it's just hit a line, hit a line, hit a line. So the velocity that we're recording is hopefully 100 lines an hour. And animation is 60. And like a commercial would be record and then wait for 4 hours.
Obsessing over a half of a syllable.
Exactly. I like the from take 3.
I had a client who was the voice that did the promos for Mad Men, and he said they had him re-record Mad Men for a half an hour because they kept saying, it sounds like you're saying Mad Men. And he's like, no, no. And he's like, Mad Men. And they're like, no, it sounds like Madman. And he's like, Mad Men. And they're like, no, it sounds like Madman. He told me this. I couldn't believe it. But I'd be obsessing over a single syllable or word. I mean, that's a real thing, right? For certain things.
Especially in commercial, for sure.
Yeah.
They dissect that stuff like crazy.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's they all have to point out something to earn their money. So that's what gets talked about. They can't talk very eloquently about music. They don't have enough knowledge.
Sure.
But voice, everybody can have an opinion.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. Now, I know certain genres in voiceover, there's urgency more so than others. Some of them are the most urgent, like affiliate or certain promo stuff. But video games, those are cast and planned in weeks, months, even more in advance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So a B level, and not an indie, but like a B.
Yeah.
They're usually writing and planning it out. 3 months. 3 months ahead, sometimes a little more. But a AAA, like one of those big titles, it's 4 years, usually. So they're doing a whole lot of research. They're probably flying to the country that the game is set in and checking that out and then fleshing all of that out.
How about from casting to session for the actor?
That's it. That will, because we're recording over such a long period of time and in different countries, and sometimes they're writing side missions, and then the stuff that we're recording they drop into the game that evening, and then they have game testers that are, and if it doesn't work, they go, it's not good. So then, that side mission's gone. So now we're going to do a whole new side mission.
Oh wow!
And so the casting is happening at the same time that we're recording because of that.
Oh, wow.
And I've had people show up and they're like, so what is this? Because everything's so NDA.
Yeah.
What is this game?
Secretive.
Right? And I'm like, oh, it's Star Wars. They're like, oh my God, that's awesome. Oh my God.
Right.
Because they have no idea.
Right.
And they said, man, I auditioned for this like a year and a half ago. So it could be literally that long from you doing it until you get booked. It's insane.
Unbelievable.
Insane. Yeah.
Wow. But but like in terms of like the timing of when you record, you're fitting into somebody else's production schedule, obviously, but it's not going to be, we need you to be on hold. Do you have to be on hold for a long time and then you have to come back for rereads and all this other stuff? Yeah. Same thing.
If it's NPCs are generally recording during that whole time.
Wait. I know almost everybody knows, but
oh my God.
Jargon time. What's an NPC?
Well, people say it's different things. I say non-playable character.
So I do too.
Okay, good. Then we agree. That's what it is then.
We have them in Venice Beach too. If you know, you know. If you live here.
I've been there and I do know.
But so in those cases, with NPCs, it can be pretty short notice, huh?
Well, they give you a little bit of notice, but that one character that you're recording, again, it could be done over a period of 2 years, 3 years.
So you have to, because they write more.
That's it.
And they're like, okay,
Yeah.
we need that NPC back. So we cast this
Yep.
person again. So you might come
Yeah.
back 4 or 5, many times for one role?
Many, many times.
Wow.
Many times. Like a surprising amount of times.
Yeah.
You thankfully only have to usually record the efforts and the scary business,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
that getting
all that.
shot stuff
Yeah, right.
one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to add, as I said, maybe a new side mission. Maybe you're going to travel with the player. That happened at one point,
wow, no
right?
kidding.
Yeah. So they decided that sort of halfway through a game I was working on, and then had to write all new lines for all of the, and I'm like, wow, that's going to add another 50,000, 60,000 lines. Okay, cool. I'm in.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. So video games is a big part of your life these days.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to choose one that you're going to do for the rest of your career, what would it be? What's really the most fun or gratifying or whatever for you to do?
It's probably gaming.
Is it? Okay.
Like, and I maybe something wrong with me. I love those sounds. I love getting shot and getting stabbed in the throat and directing people. I just love that.
You're twisted just in the right way.
I'm a little cuckoo. I know. Actors will say, "Oh my God, it's so weird when I'm doing that stuff because you have this very calm voice and you come in and say, that was great. Okay, going to take B on that one." And meanwhile, they're going, ooh, and then there's me. Awesome. I love it. Let's take A on that one. So that's probably my favorite, and then followed very closely by directing kids for animation, just
no
because
kidding.
it's mental. Yeah. You don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and that's what's great about it.
An unpredictable quality.
Yeah.
What comes out of this kid's mouth?
Yeah. And so fun. So fun because they just have no concept. So they're very innocent and, no ego. Just,
Sure.
yeah, what do you need?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. This is popped out of nowhere. When is the kid no longer a kid actor? Is it simply just their voice changing? Or mentally is there something that
that
kind of
happens
clicks?
Both. Mostly for boys.
For boys. The boys a little bit more of a very delineative voice drop thing. Not for
That's
everybody,
it.
but
No,
So,
but
yeah.
no, it happens.
Yeah.
So as soon as the voice, and we can start to hear it, I'm like, uh-oh.
yeah.
Starting.
Yeah.
And then we know we probably have like 3 months before we have to recast
Okay.
the character,
Yeah.
which sucks imagine being washed up at 12. But anyway,
What a bummer. It happens.
right? Totally. But it happens to all of them. So I guess that's what it is. And at the same time, they start to feel like it's not cool.
I've heard that
You know,
lately.
so-
I've heard there's
yeah,
almost
so if
something, a kind of a concern that getting more kids into, going out for voice work is harder. Because they're
it is.
afraid of literally being embarrassed.
Well, especially at that age.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like, look, I've been doing, hey, look out, that kind
Right.
of stuff for a couple of years now, and I'm not that person anymore. So
Yeah.
it's hard to keep directing them. Remember when you, like 3 years ago, how you sounded?
Right.
We kind of want that. And they're like,
Yeah.
meh, I'm in
Yeah.
high school now. Kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. They're still being real.
That's it.
They're still being real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My daughter's 17 and she's dabbled in voiceover. She's had coaching from a friend of mine named Martha Kahn, and she's had a good experience. But I think that's for her. Like, she's taken a hiatus on training and everything because right now she's focused on animation, character design, and creating her own comic
cool.
and all this stuff. But that is getting over the nerves of being able to be comfortable doing those performances in front of anybody other than her coach. It's going to be a hard process for her. Like, if she wants to do it, because she's so self-conscious about how she sounds, and after a while she's like, Dad, can you not be hanging out in here while I'm doing this? Right? I'm like, you're gonna have to adjust to that, kiddo. That's it. That's a concern.
No, George, you're so right. That happens not only with kids but now adults, because of the change in the industry, because casting is now, I think we're the only, I'm not going to say North America, but I know Canada. We're the only casting company in Canada that still directs our auditions by Zoom.
Oh, they have no idea how lucky they are.
Thank you. I don't want to let go of it. And exactly for the reason that you're describing now, people that are starting out in the industry only know self-tapes. They only know, I am in my little house and I'm in my little closet and I did a self-tape and it's awesome. I'm going to send it in.
Yep.
The first time, sometimes, that they're getting direction, other than maybe a little bit of coaching or a workshop they've done, the first time they're getting actual direction is when they book a session.
Crazy.
How terrifying is that to walk in and not really understand the lingo, not understand what you...
Give me an ABC on that. Or can you take that back?
Like what?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like just those things.
It's so difficult for actors starting now. So that for that reason, I want to keep the Zoom auditions going to help educate people that are coming into it. And by the way, we've also done that. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm the co-vice of CAVA, which is our NAVA.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I should have mentioned that earlier.
Oh, God, that's okay.
That's awesome.
We're starting a sort of an apprentice membership that's open to people that are just starting out, that don't have to be pros. They don't have to have a big resume of work behind them. Yeah. Because we want to educate people that are just coming into the industry about rates, about what's fair, about jargon, so we're opening up our membership to newbies because of that.
So CAVA clearly has an homage to the thing we started with NAVA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is different about CAVA? Is it because you are not just physically located in Canada, but you've got some other things that are unique to Canadian actors and stuff to deal with, right? Different organizations, ACTRA, et cetera?
That's it. Different organizations, different studios, a different list, different laws.
Right, laws, sure.
So our AI laws are crazily better than yours.
Is that right? How about that?
I know. I didn't know until we started to look into it. But we have something called PIPEDA. Don't ask me what that stands for because I can't remember right now.
Oh, I was going to hit my button, but I can't.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. and so it's an act that sort of covers off likeness of physical being and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we have a little better coverage than the U.S. does. So we're doing exactly the same as Tim. We're still meeting with politicians up here and just trying to really try to lock everybody down. We now have a minister of AI.
Are you one of the boots on the ground folks showing up in a suit and sitting in this room? You're doing
Not
that stuff too?
Not in a suit, but yes. Yes.
Was that really scary the first time you did that?
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. But I feel strongly about it. I want to support everyone. I want to support the voice actors. And in general, the world.
Protect your industry, the one that put you where you are today. That's how I feel about it too.
That's it.
I don't have a direct horse in the race, but I have a very strong indirect horse. And that my clients, the ones that helped me build the business, and if they're not getting cast, they're not getting paid. They can't pay for a person like me to consult with them, and the whole industry collapsed.
True.
So
it's true.
It's very, very valuable to me too to protect the actors.
Yep.
For sure. I'm so glad you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys have do you guys have an occasional, what do you call it, a town hall or not town hall? Do you have an occasional like a meeting of the organizations or the associations like CAVA, NAVA, now LAVA or LAVA?
Yeah, LAVA too, yeah. And then there's AVA, Australia.
Australia,
sometimes. Yeah. Or we're on boards and panels and that sort of thing. So I'm doing, Tanya and I are going up to do the VO Summit. I think it's Northwest. I don't remember what it's called. That's terrible. But end of June, and Tim's going to be there. So,
cool.
Tim's
got crazy frequent flyer miles by now, I think.
I cannot even imagine.
Oh, my God. How jealous were you when you saw their pictures? Did you see their pictures from Vocation? Did you see that they were it was like Karin and Tim and Mike, and they were all at this, resort in Curacao. For Vocation. Oh, FOMO like crazy. I'm like, come on, that's not even fair.
No, that's
but
not
I was
a
like, at least that time you guys were traveling to have some fun and relax. Because I know I think to some of us, to me it sounds pretty glamorous. You're always traveling, but it's absolutely exhausting to do that stuff constantly.
It is
at the level they're doing it at.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I mean, and Tim, same. He's like does 87 things too. Like I'm like, well, I have a business. He's like, yeah, okay. I have 5 of them. Like I'm just, but he didn't say that, but it just,
No,
that's
I
what I
know.
picture in his head.
Yes, I know. And he does work for us too. On top of all those things.
Oh my God.
He's on
and
my
he plays
roster.
in a band?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what?
He's
I
on
know.
our roster too. He's on my on-demand call because I have a hotline for technical support. It's like an emergency tech support line.
Oh, cool.
And he's in our call queue for that. I mean, it doesn't mean he's going to answer the call every time, but he's in the call queue. He takes a call. I mean, so it's like, dude, I know what they say, if you want something done, give it to the busiest person that you know. That's definitely Tim.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh.
It is.
Holy smokes.
It is. I know.
Great people. Really. Well, geez, we've talked for almost an hour, and I promised I wouldn't stay much longer. So I really wanted to be able to
Awesome.
wrap it up. But if an actor is listening and wants to book more this year, what should they be focusing on first? Like in the current climate of, I guess it's not fair to, I mean, should we focus it on one discipline since we talked so much about video games?
Yeah, no, we don't have to.
Okay. All right. What should they focus on where they're at? Because I know everybody's listening in a different place in their career here, but
Right.
let's look at the person who's already had some coaching. They've made a website. Maybe they have their assuming if they have a website, they have a demo. Those two kind of go hand in hand. They've done those things. They've gotten their first mic. They've started recording. They're getting comfortable editing. Instead of saying what should they focus on first, what should they focus on next? Maybe.
I'm going to say this and I'm going to regret it because then
okay.
the other side of it is maybe they shouldn't do that. Because as you said, they've coached up until now. Some people stop coaching.
Yeah.
And I think that's a mistake. But the other side of that is don't overcoach. Because I've seen that too, where now, oh my God, they're overthinking everything and they're trying to figure out. Well, Tina Marasco said this and Kim Hurdon said this.
I have
and,
many clients who are addicted to learning.
Yes,
They're just addicted to learning and getting coached, and so it can go both ways. They're also, I hate to throw out the damn phrase OCD, whatever, but OCD about their audio, over cleaning it, over editing it, overthinking everything.
That's it. Don't have to.
Yeah.
So it depends on the person.
Yeah, it does.
So that and whatever genre, because some people then sort of dominate in one, and yay, I have my bread and butter now. I do commercial, and then they want to do animation, or they want to. It's often I will coach someone and say, have you watched cartoons lately? Because
Sure. Yeah.
And so whatever you want to get into, make sure you study that genre. You watch cartoons. You look at like gameplay. You don't have to play a video game,
right,
but you can see playthroughs on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Like figure that out. What does it sound like when someone's on fire?
Right.
Like that kind of knowledge, that's
be really
imperative.
familiar with the genre you're dabbling in.
Yeah. To be competitive, sure.
So if you were to really, really have an extremely simplified view of the whole thing, if you hate being coached, you better go get a coach right now. And if you love coaching, maybe you should take a pause.
Yep.
Yeah.
And start watching some YouTube videos or some cartoons. There's your homework.
So you're doing coaching on a regular basis?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How do you fit that in with everything else you're doing?
Sometimes weekends, sometimes evenings, sometimes in the day. So I've got slots. You can book me through our website.
Nice.
And slots that are open.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I love working one-on-one with people. I just love it.
Yeah. And are you looking for people that have certainly gotten through the growing pains of starting a voiceover career a little bit, or not totally green, I would assume?
They can talk to me if they want to, but we've got Steph that also works with us, and you can book a session with her to ask questions. So
nice.
It's almost a career guidance sort of, what am I doing?
Good.
I don't know how to do that. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Start there.
They need that.
Start auditing workshops before you do coaching with, expensive people. That sort of thing.
Listen a lot.
Yeah. A lot of listening.
A lot of listening. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, where do they go to get on your calendar or work with Steph or anybody over there?
Yeah. So khcasting.com.
khcasting.com. Good domain.
You know it, baby.
Easy.
Yep.
Oh, this was fun. I'm so
Super
glad we
fun.
got to hang out and chat. You know,
Yeah.
even at a conference, you almost never get this kind of time to chat with anybody else. I was at VO Atlanta, and I would talk to Jay Michael for 2 full minutes if I was lucky, and then
Wow.
Hugh from Gravy for the Brain for 30 seconds, and
Yeah.
you just don't. So this is such a golden
awesome.
opportunity. It's one of the key reasons to have a podcast. I don't know if
Yay.
anybody's listening out there. I hope you are. But if you are, will you please let us know, and let us know that you liked Kim, because I certainly love talking to Kim. So
Oh, same. Oh,
it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, George.
Thanks for joining me today.
thanks for having me.
George the Tech.